Alright, hide and seek. This one begins with Kipper sitting in his basket bed with his blanket and sock thing, and he's reading a book. Don't know what kind of book it is. It's got mountains and a sun on it. It could be about anything. And he hears something coming. And oh, there's Mouse! And she's riding Kipper's roller skate, almost like a little scooter or a car. That's cool. She's kind of laying down it and making the wheels move. And apparently Mouse is trying to get Kipper's attention, and Kipper can't concentrate on reading, so he's like, okay, I give up. Do you want to play a game? And Mouse says, oh yes, how about racing? You can push me on my roller skates. Really, Mouse? Is that your roller skate? I think it's Kipper's roller skate. But anyway, Kipper has a better idea. He says, let's play a game of hide and seek. And Mouse is like, yay, hide and seek! What is hide and seek? And Kipper's like, what? You've never played that before? It's the best game ever! Come on, I'll show you. So then he shows Mouse how to do it. He says, you put your paws over your eyes and count to 10 while someone hides. And then, instead of ready or not, here I come, Kipper says, coming, ready or not. And he continues by saying, and then you try to find him. If you do, you're the winner. If you don't, you lose. Simple as that. And now they're going to start playing. So Kipper covers his eyes, or actually he tells Mouse to cover her eyes. And she starts counting to 2, but then she stops Kipper from running away, says, wait, can I hide first? And Kipper was like, oh, okay. And then Kipper starts counting to 10. And afterwards he says, coming, ready or not. So he starts by looking in what appears to be the kitchen. There's a table with salt and pepper, and a bowl, a box of cereal, and some kind of fancy dish. What is that? He looks under the tablecloth. Mouse is not there. Oh, I see. It's a dish of cheese with a cover on it. It's very logical that Kipper would assume that Mouse would want to hide with the cheese. But then Kipper says, of course, cornflakes. The reason why he says, of course, cornflakes, that's a reference to the episode The Mouse, where he meets Mouse for the first time. And in that one, Mouse was just exploring Kipper's house, and Kipper didn't know it. And while she was doing that, she knocked over the box of cereal and ate some, and she collected some cereal in one of Kipper's toys, maybe sock thing or something. And then Mouse dragged it into Kipper's box, and the sock thing had the cereal inside it, and Mouse used it as a pillow, I guess. I don't know why she would think that it's comfortable to sleep on a pile of cereal, but whatever. So that's a cool callback. What's one thing that's kind of cool about that cereal box is that it has a sunrise on it, and also I think it's supposed to be a chicken in the corner, or a rooster. I think that's supposed to be a reference to Kellogg's cornflakes. Do they sell Kellogg's cornflakes in the UK? Yes, Kellogg's are widely sold in the UK. Okay. So they have Kellogg's cornflakes and a bunch of others. Okay. And Rice Krispies too. I wonder if Kellogg's invented the name cornflakes. I don't think that's officially a Kellogg's trademark though, because I've seen other brands use the term cornflakes. The colorful box of cereal with the sun rays on it remind me of Stella the Storyteller's magic door from Barney and Friends. If you guys remember that, if you look at the window of that door, it has the one part's painted blue, and it's got rays of sun on it and all these crazy designs. When I saw that cereal box, it made me think of that too. And now Kipper's back in the basket. He's not sure where Mouse could be. Apparently he searched everywhere. And he picks up Sock Thing. And is Sock Thing talking? Wait, what did Sock Thing just say? Oh, that's funny. Mouse is inside Sock Thing's head, and the head's moving and says, I know where she is. And Kipper's like, where? Like, he doesn't even know that Mouse is in there yet. He thinks it's Sock Thing talking. And then Mouse falls out. It's like, here I am the winner, I am the winner. That's funny. I mean, I always knew that Mouse was in there, but I didn't know what she was saying. I just heard, it's like muffled inside the sock. But she was pretending to be Sock Thing and said, I know where she is. Oh, that's great. So now it's Kipper's turn to hide, but Mouse doesn't want Kipper to hide yet. She wants to be the one to. No, she wants Kipper to find her first instead of him giving up and Mouse just, showing up. So now Mouse runs off to find another hiding place, and Kipper starts counting again. And then we just sort of dissolve to Kipper searching once again. And uh-oh, he steps on the roller skate and it slips out from under his feet. And it bumps into this really tall, what looks like a lampstand, but it has a glass vase on top of it with no flowers in it. I've never seen that in Kipper's house before. Aside from this episode, I mean. And Kipper runs over and catches it just before it crashes to the ground. And good thing, too, because it turns out that Mouse is inside it. The mouse starts laughing from inside the glass, and it's a green glass, like it's not transparent. Maybe some kind of pottery type vase that's painted green. So Mouse is laughing inside, and Kipper looks in there, and he found Mouse, and now they're both laughing. Jeez, it's a good thing Kipper caught that, because if that had crashed to the ground with Mouse inside of it, Mouse could have been seriously injured with sharp, broken pieces of glass. That would have been bad. Fade out to black, and about the halfway point, and heading into the second half. Not every episode has a halfway point fade out like this, though. And there's Kipper sitting on a big, soft, blue living room chair with a red and yellow striped pillow right next to that tall thing, whatever you call that. It almost looks like a lampstand, but it's basically just this big pole with a tiny little shelf on top for that green glass vase. Where is it now? It's not sitting up there. Did maybe Kipper put it somewhere else so that it wouldn't break again, or potentially break? So Kipper tells Mouse to start counting, and then he goes off to hide. And Mouse begins to count, but she only counts to 5. And Kipper comes back and says, "Well, you gotta count to 10. And Mouse does not look too happy. And Kipper asks what the problem is, and Mouse says she only knows how to count to 5. Kipper's like, "Oh, you should have told me, silly." And so they practice counting together. And Kipper says 6, and Mouse says 6, and 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. And then Mouse gives it a try by herself. She goes up to 5 with no problem. Apparently she only has 4 fingers on her hand, including her thumb, because she counts up to 4 and makes a fist, and then opens her hand back up again when she gets to 5. And she says, 6? She wonders what comes next, and, oh, this is kind of clever. Kipper just kind of, mouths the number 7, which is easy because 7 has 2 syllables. And the music just kind of goes, blue, blue, like the music says 7 as Kipper is silently saying 7. That's funny. The mouse continues, 7, and she struggles a little bit, and she just barely thinks of 8. She kind of gives up after that. A very young mouse, this is very hard for her at this point. And then Kipper has a great idea. He says, "Why don't you count to 5 twice? Because 2 5s make 10. This was the very first place I ever learned that 2 5s make 10. I mean, I already knew how to count to 10, but in counting to 5 twice, I didn't know that before. I learned something new there when I was 3. And Mouse thinks this is a great idea, so Kipper goes off to hide again, and now Mouse is going to count to 5 twice. So now Kipper's looking for a hiding place. Oh, I didn't mention that when Kipper was looking for Mouse earlier in the kitchen, he took the box of cornflakes and dumped them all out all over the table to see if Mouse was inside. There's still a big pile of cornflakes on the table. He didn't clean those up yet. Maybe he'll let Mouse eat some later. So Kipper tries hiding under the tables, like, no, not a good idea. And then he goes back into his basket and covers up with a blanket. And Mouse is done counting, and she's gonna search for Kipper now. It's a good thing Kipper moved, because the first place that Mouse looked was underneath the kitchen table. And as Mouse searches, she's happily counting just for fun. And she likes to count to 5. And then she climbs up onto the bed, and she's very certain that Kipper's under there. He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I am the winner. Kipper? Kipper, are you in there? And she pulls back the covers, and only Big Owl and Hippo are in there. That's weird. Kipper must have quickly gone out of the basket and found another hiding place right before Mouse came out and started sneaking. Because I saw Kipper go in there. I was just as surprised as Mouse was when she found out he wasn't there. Now Mouse is hopping along the hallway, saying 1, 2, where are you? 3, 4, behind the door. 5, 6, I counted 6! And she keeps counting again and again until she gets a little bit higher. Then she counts from 1 to 7, and then 1 to 8, and after struggling to remember a little bit, she finally says 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming right here, Knots! And Mouse is so busy practicing her counting that we don't see that she's standing. I mean, we see it, but she doesn't notice that she's standing right next to the toy box, and Kipper is right inside with his tail switching back and forth. If Mouse had just been searching ordinarily, she would have found Kipper easily, but she was so focused on her counting that she didn't notice. And it looks like Mr. Snake and Rabbit are in there with him. And finally, when Mouse is all finished counting, Kipper happily pops out of the box and says, "Hooray! You did it! You counted to 10! And Rabbit, Mr. Snake, and Slipper all come out with him. And Kipper and Mouse are all excited. I did, Kipper! 8, 9, 10! Yay! And then they start laughing because Mouse found Kipper and they didn't even realize it at first. Oh man, that was a good episode.